The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 6, Chapter 121. The Message from the Hero. It's good that we jumped on the turtle, but the ground is shaking. More specifically, the spirit turtle's whole body is shaking, but its head can't stretch far enough to look at its back. I don't think it can concentrate on its shell. I check my surroundings. The place we landed is quite close to the ruined city. The buildings give off a Chinese sort of feeling, possibly because of the Chinese legend that the spirit turtle carried the city of immortals on its back. Fido, can you sense where the army is? Probably that way? Fido points to the mountain range outside of the city. That direction is towards the back of the turtle, so she's probably correct. For now, let's leave the city and meet up. Yes! I get on Fido, and she runs towards the mountains. Why would he be off of her? Like, he just used her to get, to jump on there, and then he just hopped off to look around, and then just hopped back on to go somewhere? Whatever. There are quite a few corpses littered around the ruined city. It seems that the cause of death is attacks from the spirit turtle's familiars. The cause of all is those three idiotic heroes. Why would they do such a thing? The putrid smell of rotting bodies is making me feel sick. Master, please hold Fido tightly. Sure. Fido runs while kicking familiars that look like gorillas and yetis. Along the way, a familiar that looked like floating eyeballs and bats also appeared. These ones seem to be more powerful than the others, but none of them are a match for the speeding blur that is Fido. We still have yet to get out of the city. For a while, I've been seeing nothing but carcasses. As I think this, I see the shadow of a person. I wonder if it's one of the army soldiers. But it is definitely a corpse. The dead bodies in the turtle's back have begun to move. Even after death, his body is being controlled by something. Something like that? I've only ever seen zombies in games. In reality, fighting them while looking at their decrepit faces is quite mortifying. The only undead I have ever encountered before was skeletons. Apparently, finding undead monsters that still had flesh is quite rare. There's no way I can fight these. A child zombie appears, and Fido is unable to kick. Let's avoid it. Even though Fido will happily eat most of the humanoid monsters, she cannot bring herself to fight a child. I'm sorry, Master. With amazing leg power, Fido jumps out of the swarm of zombies that had begun to form. If they were doomed to have such a fate after death, it would have been better if they had been hit by the turtle's lightning and been obliterated without leaving a trace. But I stand just stating my opinion here. That girl looked a bit like Melty. Melty is in the castle, but Fido's imagination is running wild. Couldn't see anything in that child that looked like Melty. Why would this turtle make that child do such a thing? Fido looks down at the ground. That's right, I can't seem to see the turtle's goal. It's not eating anything, it's just going around and killing as many things as it can, as if killing in itself was its goal. We need to hurry to go in Nechan. Yeah? I see a building that looks like a temple. The architecture is not of Eastern origin, looks like a Greek temple from my world. In a game, a building like this would usually contain a useful clue or key item. Please stop by that building. Yes. I carefully peer inside. Perhaps due to the turtle's walking, the temple is half collapsed. Is this the statue that the other heroes supposedly destroyed in here? I search the temple, but cannot find any artifact with a relation to the turtle. I should have probably gotten more information from the queen. It seems that I'm wasting my time. This is... On a mural on the wall, I see some writing. It's in Japanese. What is this? If anyone is once again summoned here from Japan, if you are reading this, please... This monster was... but the seven-eye seal will probably... someday. From what we learned, his purpose is... and to protect this world's... I pray that the blue sand and the seal never breaks. Though having more victims may benefit this world. Looking back, we had paid a large price by stealing this monster. But be greed. If you read these letters for the living in this world, defeat monster, way to defeat it is, and use the 8 courage. Keiichi. The writing is faded and scratched out, so it's difficult to read. But I can pretty much guess what is written by context. Something like the seal we placed will someday break. The dragon hourglass will turn blue and display a warning. However, the turtle's objectives and the ever-so-important sealing procedure are illegible. More victims may benefit the world? Even though this was left by a hero, I cannot make sense of it. And isn't this... this isn't an anime or a manga. Why is this the most important... Why is only the most important information omitted? This writing seems to be very old, so I can't really complain to anyone. The only piece of info I really got was this person's name, Keiichi. I don't know his last name, but there was definitely a hero of that name. Apart from the cracks caused by the turtle's walking, this was already an old piece of writing. There isn't much else I can learn from this. There's a high possibility he comes from a different Japan than me. I don't know how long ago this mural was painted, and I'm not sure that this world even records its history accurately. But thinking about this won't really help anything. Is the number 8 connected to something? I can't read any of the text around it. Can Master read this? Yeah, sort of. These letters are a little weird. Yeah, these are not letters used in Melromark. By the way, it seems that the countries around here all have different languages and writing systems. Shield acts as a translator, so I can probably manage with the language barrier, but as for writing, doesn't seem to be anything else of interest, so we should be on our way. Yeah! We leave the temple and continue towards the mountain. It will be difficult to locate Raftalia and the others. We enter a mountain range and continue heading towards the turtle's rear. It looked like a rocky mountain from afar, but the base of the mountains is surrounded by dense forests. It would be difficult to find the army squadron. From what I know, legends say that the cave that leads into the turtle is somewhere around here. So the army is probably searching for a cave as well. There's also a possibility that the entrance was somewhere in that village. And where are the other heroes, anyway? They could be inside the turtle fighting, but they could just as easily be lost searching for an entrance on top. Fido, can you sense the others? Over there, I think. I leave navigations to Fido. Occasionally, we find a soldier's corpse lying around. We need to hurry. Yes! Fido speeds up and find the army squadron locked in battle. Since their forces are very large, it is difficult to miss them. Raftalia is on the front lines, destroying the familiars one after the other. Those that can still move are aiding her in battle. Rishi is frantically casting support magic from the rear. There are also many who have deserted due to the onslaught of monsters. Alright, Fido, we're helping them. Yes! Fido rushes in at the speed of sound and sends the familiars in front of Raftalia flying with a kick. Nafumi-sama! Yep, we finally met up. What's the situation? We're in the middle of looking for the cave. You still haven't found it? According to Magic Brigade, it seems it is impossible to locate it with magic because the turtle is constantly moving. So the troops have been manually searching for it whilst fending off attacks from these monsters. The number of familiars seems to be infinite. That must have been difficult. As I think this, an army recon squad comes running in. We've located a cave that seems to be the one we are looking for. Its appearance matches the one spoken of in legend. As the recon squad leader points deeper into the mountains. That's good. I'll hold off the attacks. Please lead us there. Understood. Everyone, follow the hero of the shield's lead. Sir, yes, sir. We continue to drive off the familiars and proceed to the cave that the recon squad found. Yay! They just... it's like a dungeon now. It's dungeon. It's gonna take like fucking 20 episodes to do the dungeon. I don't know.